And
Hi, I'm Caroline
where
Barber.
we are?
We're at the Blue Mermaid, where I am a restaurant manager.
Excellent. And well, congratulations on winning the Q1 wine
Thank you
program.
very much. Very excited. I won that when I was actually working at the Grand Cafe. Hi, everybody at the Grand Cafe. I miss you terribly.
Excellent. And then how did you end up here at the Blue Mermaid?
I have been working in fine dining for a very long time. It's where I started out. And the company decided that it would be a good idea that I should maybe diversify, try some new things. I thought it was a great idea. I've only ever done fine dining, so it was nice to try a place that didn't have white tablecloths, do family service, try something new.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Let's talk about favorite restaurants or favorite meals that you might have just had or experienced.
I just had a really great meal actually with a few friends at a great place in St. Helena called Cook. We went up to Calistoga for a few nights to celebrate a couple friends' birthdays, did some wine tasting, made it to Chateau Montelena, which was a lifetime goal for a few friends and I, and then we decided to head out to Cook for dinner. We had reservations at Bouchon, and we decided that was too much pressure, and we just went to a tiny little restaurant, had fantastic homemade pasta, great desserts, and it was really more about the small experience and the fantastic people that I was with.
Excellent. And along your way, some of your favorite wines that you have or
I think one of the wines that has really influenced me the most was the first time that I tried Lambrusco. I was working in an Italian restaurant in Oakland, and I had just kind of started getting into Italian wines, and I had on a break a glass of Lambrusco, and I had it with salumi, and that combination was so magnificent to me that it was kind of the first time that I was like, wow, food and wine can really benefit each other in ways that more than just this is a really great glass of white and this is a wonderful piece of fish. But when you have salumi and Lambrusco together, the pairing is just so fantastic that really got me excited about getting into wine.
Excellent. What were some of your strategies or best practices you used to win the contest and get your staff behind the program? And
training for the Viognier contest was really imperative. On the first level, staff is not going to sell something that they don't understand. They're not going to have a good time explaining it to a guest or saying what they can pair it with if they don't understand it. So talking to the staff about Viognier and what they could pair it with, what they could guide guests towards, how they could create a good experience for people that were looking for that glass specifically really was paramount. Second to that had a lot to do with menu placement. We put the Viognier up at the top. It wasn't the least expensive glass on the list, but was the top for both the cafe and the dining room wine list. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well.
Excellent. And with Viognier, do you have any specific pairings that you enjoy more than others?
I actually really prefer Viognier on its own, but with my staff, what I recommended with them for pairing with the Viognier is that we had a fantastic scallop dish that was done with a really nice wild rice and then a sauce vierge. The Viognier went wonderfully with the really buttery scallops, and the staff had a great time selling that.
Excellent. And then along with your goals with your career, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I really enjoy the training aspect of the restaurant industry. One thing that has always stuck with me is the first manager that I had when I sat down with him to do interviews. We said, you hire on personality and you can train everything else. And I really enjoy what I've learned through Kimpton is the KU classes and the staff that I've worked with and getting into training, and that it's really just about personality and everything else you can train. So getting into training more with my staff is really what I see myself going. In 5 years, I would love to be involved more heavily in training on a company-wide level for wine or for restaurant practices in general.
Did you see that we just won Best Place to Work?
I did see that. That was very exciting. I saw the article. Go Kimpton, Best Place to Work. Very exciting.
Moving on to a little bit of personal things. What's your favorite music or favorite band at the moment?
Right now, my favorite band, top of the head, I'm going to say is Mumford & Sons, but that's probably going to change next week. I'm actually a strange individual. I really listen to the radio still. I love in my car listening to the radio, and random things will come on. And then I'll go home and I'll download it and put it on my iPod, but I love what the radio surprises me with, so next week it might be something totally different.
Excellent. And one of the most admired professionals that you've come across and worked with, or maybe just seen or experienced?
My GM when I was at the Italian restaurant I worked at in Oakland, Oliveto, the GM that I had there really influenced my understanding of the restaurant industry, service, teamwork, wine, all of it. Charlie Roberts was the biggest influence on me in my career.
Excellent. Favorite color?
Oh God, green? I don't know.
Excellent. And then any wine books that you stick out as one more than
Actually,
another?
a few months ago, Emily Wines, as a prize for a different contest, gave me a fantastic wine library that I'm slowly making my way through. And the World Atlas of Wine is a favorite of mine. It's fantastic because wine is something that's so very much about location, and it breaks down it as regional concepts. I really like that way of looking at it, as opposed to just varietals or individual houses, but actually as the region where the grape is grown, and that's the way that you can learn about wine.
How many contests have you won?
2. That I know of.
That's excellent. And then I think that's kind of it.
Alrighty.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say, or anything that we missed, or you want to talk about the wine program here, or the wine program at the Grand, or what?
I'm not involved in the wine program here, so I don't know if I can do that. I don't think so.
Okay.
Any other questions for me?
No, I think that's great.
Okay.
And then I'll edit it. And,
All right.